thrilling story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, and Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie.
The Harrington mansion in Peyton Place, haunted by its present. Betty Harrington, who used to be Betty Anderson, lives there now, haunted by her past.
Oh, Christine?
I'll be right with you. Mrs. Harrington's waiting for the magazines.
Oh, I can take them up.
She's resting.
I won't disturb her. Thank you.
Come in.
What is it, Christine?
Your magazines came, Mrs. Harrington.
Just put them down, please. Thank you.
I hope you're feeling better, Mrs. Harrington.
Thank you.
I was wondering. There must be something I can do for you.
That won't be necessary.
You're sure there's nothing?
Absolutely certain. Please don't concern yourself.
Mrs. Harrington,
What shall I call you?
I'd prefer you to call me Betty.
Very well, Betty. Thank you for bringing the magazines. It won't be necessary to do it again.
I didn't mind.
No, but you must save your strength. Come in. Norman.
Oh, I'll come back later, Mom.
Why should you? Betty's just going.
Yes.
Betty? I'll see you later, Mom.
Norman. Norman.
Betty? Wait up.
I have to go out.
Don't let her get you down.
I'll be back in time for dinner.
Betty, Mother isn't well, believe me.
I know, Rod told me. You're worried about her, aren't you?
Like she's the only mother I've got.
Well, doesn't Dr. Morton do her any good?
No.
Why doesn't she go to Dr. Rossi?
She doesn't know Dr. Rossi. And with people she doesn't know, it takes a little time.
Thanks, Norman.
Do you really have to go?
Yes, I have to. Betty? Hello, Mrs. Mackenzie.
I'd like to extend my best wishes. I'm very happy for you and Rodney.
Thank you, Mrs. Mackenzie. How's Allison?
She's fine.
I'm glad, Mrs. Mackenzie. I really am.
And a resection in OR. 2 at 8:30. All right. Thanks, Carol. Bye. Betty, this is a surprise.
Hello, Mrs. Brooks. Is Dr. Rossi in?
No, he'll be back from the hospital in a minute, though. Does he know you're going to be here?
No, but he just told me to let him know how I am. After the accident.
Well, why don't you wait? He won't be long. And it will give us a chance to get better acquainted. Now that you're a member of the family.
Thank you, Mrs. Brooks.
Laura.
Thanks.
Betty, is there anything special you want to see the doctor about? I mean, if I can help, I'd be only too glad to.
No, I'll wait for Dr. Rossi.
Honey,
Oh, hello, Mike.
look, as soon as you finish wrapping that up, wrap it all up, all right?
Do what?
Now, it's 12 minutes to 5, right?
Just about.
Exactly. Look, give me a chance to check my office, then I'll come back here and pick you up precisely at 5 o'clock. No, better than that. You wait for me in the car. That way we'll save a little time.
Am I permitted to ask why?
Well, what didn't I tell you? Well, it's a surprise. A big surprise. In case you don't know, I don't like being kept waiting.
Mike?
Connie, please don't say no.
All right. I'll be waiting.
Miss Brooks.
Hello, Doctor.
Oh, hello, Betty.
I didn't call, Dr. Rossi. I just thought you might have time to see me.
Oh, sure, go right in.
Thank you.
Will you need me, Doctor?
No, I don't think so, Miss Brooks. Oh, incidentally, I'm looking on the Parker boy in the morning, and I took Miss Kane off the Demerol. The night resident will call me if there's any trouble. Huh?
Fine. Oh, do you want Betty Harrington's record?
No, I have them in my desk. Well, Betty, I guess best wishes are in order, huh?
The pillory's still there,
Hillary?
down there in the square. It's funny. I thought if I could just marry Rod, everything would be wonderful.
Sit down. Sit down.
I had to talk to you, Doctor. I'm so confused.
Well, you have to give yourself a little time.
No, you don't understand.
People are bound to talk. You know, you and Ron, you go off, get married. That's big news in a little town.
You don't understand.
I'm sorry. What is it?
I never told Rod I lost the baby. Well, what do you think of that?
Well, what do you think of that?
I'm afraid.
Why did you do that, Betty?
I thought if Rod married me,
You could make him love you?
something like that.
Something like that.
That was it.
Just that.
I was angry. His father tried to persuade me to go to New York.
You mean you did it to get even with Leslie Harrington?
He talked to Rod.
Well, you think Rod sent his father to see you?
I don't know. What should I do?
You know that, Betty.
All right, but what am I going to do?
Well, I think you know that, too. You're going to tell him the truth, aren't you?
I can't.
What else can you do?
There must be something.
How do you feel physically?
I'm fine. Why did I ever listen to him?
To whom?
My father.
You mean this is your father's idea?
He just wanted to help. That's all he wanted.
You tell Rod the truth, Betty.
And then what?
You want me to talk to him for you?
No, I've already made it difficult for you.
For me?
You were the doctor.
Well, I'm still your doctor. The prescription is simple. You tell him the truth.
It's funny. I came here half hoping you'd say that. And hoping that you'd make me want to, but I'm going out the same way I came in, afraid. Afraid.
Betty.
Is Betty all right?
What?
She
left without saying a word. She seemed so upset. You know, there is a lot of talk in town.
I know that Betty and Rodney are married.
I don't mean that they're facts, Mike. The talk, the typical Peyton Place gossip. The trouble is, what people are saying is probably true. It usually is when two people run off like that.
You don't know that, Laura.
No, I don't. But you do.
What did you say?
Betty did come in here to see you, didn't she, Mike?
That's right.
A professional visit? And right after that, she and Rodney eloped?
So?
It all adds up, doesn't it?
No, nothing adds up. Not in this office.
I know that, but
There are no buts. Nothing adds up here. In this office, you're a nurse and I'm a doctor.
I'm not forgetting that, Doctor. But I can't forget that I'm Rodney's aunt either. I'm sorry. I suppose you're right. It mustn't matter here. I am sorry. Doctor, put it down to a long, hard day, will you?
Sure.
And let me apologize properly.
You don't have to.
Properly, I said. Country club, you've never been there. The driest martinis.
Perhaps some other time. I can't today. Thanks anyway.
Come on now, tell me where we're going.
Still a surprise.
Welcome aboard. Well, what do you think? You like it?
It's lonely.
Yeah. That suits me. All of this does. This ship was built by an old...
Sea captain.
That's right. You know about it?
Well, everybody does. This is the old Carson cottage.
Everybody?
How did you come by it?
Oh, I rented it from my man Carson. He came by the office yesterday. Chronic bronchitis. Why?
Did he tell you about it?
Well, yeah, he told me about his father and when he built it and all.
Anything else?
What else is there to tell?
Let's go, Mike.
Now, wait a minute. Look, I've got some of the biggest steaks you've ever seen.
Well,
Well, why? I told you we were coming here for dinner. What's the problem?
Allison.
Well, what? What about her?
Well, she's expecting me home.
Well, she's a big girl now. Why don't you call her?
Oh, Mike.
Connie, call her.
Oh, please.
Look, tell her you're with me. Tell her you won't be home for dinner.
Can't we go someplace else for dinner?
Why?
Well, because...
Look, I'm gonna live here. Now you call her.
Where's the phone?
Hello?
Hello, Allison? I won't be home for dinner, dear.
Has something come up?
Yes, something's come up.
Ah, you're having dinner with a dark, romantic stranger.
There's pot roast in the oven, and you can make yourself some salad, huh?
Okay.
You sure that's all right?
Mother? Are you all right? You sound kind of funny.
Oh, I'm just fine. And I won't be late, right?
Okay.
Bye.
I'm getting things started, huh?
Let me help.
No. You fix yourself a drink. Try and make yourself comfortable and relax, huh? Johnny? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
I did.
Tell me about it.
Not now.
Your mother'll be home soon, baby. She's just gone out shopping. You want to stay here for dinner?
I don't know.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go to the inn? I mean, you could phone Rod. Then when your mother gets here, I can tell her to put on her best bib and whatever, and we'll go out and celebrate. How's that?
Daddy, what am I going to do?
What's happened? Has Rod done something?
It's not Rod, it's me. It's everything.
Oh, come on. That's a pretty big word, everything.
I lied to my husband, you know that? Why did I do it, Daddy? Why did I ever think it would be all right?
We thought it would be all right.
No, I'm not blaming you.
You don't have to blame anybody, honey. I mean, if you want something badly enough, you have to fight for it any way you can. Especially with people like the Harringtons.
What?
I mean, they've got everything going for them. They've got power, money, the biggest house in town. It's different with us.
Daddy, you don't have to lie.
Was it all such a lie before the accident?
But I was in the accident. I did lose the baby.
But it was true before the accident. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, you borrowed the truth. You borrowed that from 2 weeks ago.
But when you borrow something, Daddy, you have to give it back. You can't live in dreams. Everyone knows that.
A dream could come true.
That might be Rod.
Good.
I should have been home when he got back.
Well, you spent a little time with your daddy. Is there anything wrong with that? Hello, Rodney. Come in.
Mr. Anderson? Well, hi.
Hi.
Norm said you went out.
I know I should have called.
Well, that's a new bride for you, Rodney. She's so far out on cloud nine, she's lost track of time and everything else.
Dinner's at 7.
Do we have to be there?
Why not?
I was just thinking we could all go out to the inn and have ourselves a celebration.
Oh, well, they're expecting us. I think we better go home.
Yes, I guess we better go home.
Good night, honey. Sweet dreams.
Good night.
Good night, Rodney.
You could almost make me believe you're relaxed now, Connie. But you aren't really relaxed, are you?
No. I'm just tired. Maybe I should go home, Michael.
Do you think Allison would mind if she knew you came here with me? I mean, what is it, Connie? Me or here?
Both.
All right. What should we start with? What's the ghost?
A woman was murdered here, Michael. In this room. This is where they found her.
And that's why you were so reluctant to come here.
Well, that's part of the reason.
Who was she?
Her name was Carson. Elizabeth Carson.
Did you know her?
No, not very well.
Well, who killed her?
Her husband. At least, they convicted him.
There was some doubt in it?
Well, he never admitted it.
How long ago was that?
Oh, Michael, I really should get home.
Connie, look. How long ago did all this happen?
A long time ago.
How long?
At the end of the war.
Well, that's almost 20 years. That's too long for a woman to still be seeing ghosts in the room.
Well, I can't help it.
Have you ever been here before?
No.
What happened to your husband?
He went to prison.
For life?
He was sentenced to life, but... Well, I don't know. I was in New York at the time, and I really don't know everything that happened at all. I do think they should have told you.
Why?
Because.
Look, I don't believe in ghosts. Any ghosts of any kind, particularly the kind that keep a woman from telling her daughter where she's going at night.
I didn't tell Allison
You
a lie.
evaded it.
I think I'd better go home.
You're evading again.
Well, we've had a very pleasant evening.
I want to have others.
Oh, we can.
We will?
We can.
Is there conditions, Connie?
That's right.
All right, what are they?
A little patience.
Others?
Oh, just a little patience, please, Michael.
All right. And you trust me?
I'm trying.
Connie, trust me. Believe me, I understand.
Do you?
I'll take you home.
Hello, Mother.
Oh, I thought you'd be asleep.
No. Did you have a good time?
Oh, all right. How about you? Did you pick something?
Plenty, thank you. Where were you?
With Dr. Rossi.
Oh, that must have been nice. Did you go to the inn?
The inn? No, we had dinner at his house.
I didn't know he had a house.
Well, he's taken a house at the beach. The old Carson place.
The Carson place? You went there?
Why not?
Well, I suppose if you had to be anywhere, you might as well be. Now I'm doing it.
Doing what?
That was beginning to sound like...
Like me?
I know it's different.
But we had a perfectly...
Mother, don't start sounding like me. Please, don't explain.
There's nothing to explain.
Mother.
Good night, dear.
Night.
Shall I?
What? Oh, thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
I don't need anything. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not crying over Rodney Harrington. I don't care about him. I don't care if I never see him again. You don't seem to understand. I just don't care.
Well, are you aware that the Harringtons don't know what's happened?
Yes, Betty came in to see me yesterday.
Well, have you made any effort to tell the Harringtons?
Of course not. Betty's medical history is privileged communication.